Your pores aren't the problem. The way you've been cleaning them is. Look closely. Right there, beneath the surface, there's a thin, invisible film, a mixture of yesterday's oil, today's pollution, and dead skin cells that have quietly settled into every pore-like sediment settling at the bottom of still water. Some of these pores haven't been properly cleared in days. Some of them look clear from a distance. But under the right light, under a real close-up, you can see it. The slight roughness, the uneven texture, the tiny dark dots that aren't dirt, not exactly. But something more stubborn than your skin produces oil every single hour of the day. Your pores are alive, active, constantly working. And in a world full of sun, sweat, humidity, and pollution, buildup is not a question of if, it's only a question of how much. You are not broken. Your skin just needs the right conversation. Here's what's actually happening inside your pores. Your skin has tiny openings, follicles, and inside each one, a sebaceous gland produces sebum. Sebum is not your enemy. It keeps your skin soft, protected, balanced. But when it mixes with dead skin cells that haven't shed properly, something shifts. So today we slow everything down. We're going to walk through a complete Korean method deep pore cleansing routine. Every step is intentional. Every texture matters. Every pause has a purpose. By the end of this, your skin won't just be clean. It will feel the way glass looks after rain. Smooth, bright, almost luminous. Let's begin. Step by step, step 1. Oil cleans. The first layer. The first step is the one most people important. An oil cleanser. Applied to dry skin, this is key. Dry palms, dry face. The oil goes on in slow, deliberate circles. Feel it warming against the skin. Feel it beginning to melt what's sitting on the surface. This is called the principle of dissolves like. Oil and only oil can truly break down the sebum that has hardened inside your pores. You are not scrubbing, you are melting. The motion is soft, almost meditative. You're working in outward circles from the nose, across the cheeks, up toward the forehead, down along the chin. Everywhere you feel texture, you slow down, you linger. You let the oil do the work it was formulated to do. After 60 seconds, and this matters, 60 full seconds, you add a few drops of warm water. Watch what happens. The oil begins to emulsify. It turns milky, cloudy, almost silky against the skin. This is the oil releasing everything it has gathered, the sunscreen residue from this morning, the environmental particles from your commute, the oxidized sebum sitting in your pores. It is all dissolving. Right now, rinse thoroughly. Warm water, never hot. Step 2, foam cleans. The second layer, the second cleanse goes where the oil could not. While the oil cleanser worked on the surface, on the outer layer, the excess, the oxidized buildup, the water-based foam cleanser travels deeper, into the follicle itself, into the pore walls where water-soluble impurities cling. The lather should be generous, almost pillowy. You press it gently onto the face and work in the same quiet outward motion, no dragging, no pressure. The foam is light enough to do the work without your force. This is the cleanse that actually speaks to the skin's interior. And together, oil first, then foam. These two steps clear what a single cleanser never could. Rinse with cool water now, just slightly cool. This begins to close the pore opening, gently, naturally. Pat dry, don't rub. Step 3, steam, opening the door now warmth. Steam is not a trend, it is a technique. When warm vapor meets the skin, the pore opening relaxes. The follicle walls soften slightly. Whatever remains inside, whatever oil or dead cell material is still resting at the base, begins to rise, begins to move toward the surface. You are not forcing anything open. You are simply creating the conditions for a natural release. A minute is enough, maybe 90 seconds. You'll feel the warmth settling into your skin. A slight flushing at the surface, that circulation increasing, bringing fresh oxygen to the follicles. Some pores will visibly soften. The skin, under this warmth, becomes almost receptive, ready for the next step in a way it simply wasn't before. Step 4, exfoliation. The gentle reveal, not a scrub. Never a scrub on days like this. A chemical exfoliant, specifically a BHA, a beta-hydroxy acid, is what this moment calls for. Unlike physical scrubs, which remove only what's visible on the surface, a BHA is oil-soluble. It travels into the follicle, down into the pore lining itself. And there, it dissolves the dead skin cells that are holding that oxidized sebum in place. You're not scratching the surface. You're reaching the root. Apply it with light, sweeping motions. Focus on the T-zone, the nose, the chin, the forehead, where pores are densest and oil production is highest. Leave it to work quietly, no rubbing it in, no layering. Let the acid do exactly what acids are designed to do, dissolve bonds invisibly, silently, deeply. Step 5, the extraction moment, slow and satisfying, and now, the moment the skin has been prepared for. Because the follicle walls are soft and receptive, what comes next requires almost no force at all. Using clean fingertips wrapped in soft tissue, or a gentle comedone tool for precision, you work around the pore opening, not on it, around it. The pressure is upward and inward, barely there, more of a suggestion than a push, and slowly, you'll see it. The sebum plug, pale and soft at the base, beginning to emerge, rising to the surface like it simply had nowhere left to hide. Clean, controlled, satisfying in a way that is almost difficult to describe. This is not violence against the skin. This is cooperation with it. You move systematically, one pore, then the next. Never the same spot twice, never more than gentle encouragement. The skin, properly prepared, does most of the work for you. Some pores release immediately, others need one more breath of patience. And a small number, the deeper ones, the ones that have waited longer, may need another session entirely, another week of preparation before they're truly ready. And that is fine. That is the process being respected. Step 6, soothing. The calm after the skin has just been through something. Not trauma, but work, real work. Now we give it what it's asking for. A soothing, alcohol-free toner applied with open palms, not cotton, pressed gently into the skin in soft, rhythmic motions. Feel the coolness of it. The slight tightening as it begins to close what the steam opened. The skin drinking it in almost immediately. This step does more than soothe. It restores the skin's pH balance, which cleansing, however gentle, can temporarily disrupt. Without this, everything that follows sits on an unbalanced surface and absorbs unevenly. Balance first. Always balance first. Step 7, the glass. Skin layer now. The layer that transforms texture into something extraordinary. A hydrating serum, rich in hyaluronic acid or something similarly moisture-binding, is pressed into the skin while it is still slightly damp from the toner. This matters. Moisture on the surface gives hyaluronic acid something to bind to, something to pull inward, rather than draw from the skin's own reserves. You press it in with your fingertips, no rubbing, just gentle, deliberate pressure from the center of the face outward. Then a second pass, lighter, barely touching. The skin is beginning to look different now. Under the right light, and you'll notice this, there's a subtle luminosity building. The texture is more even. The pores that were visible before are now softer at their edges, less defined, less demanding of attention. This is what happens when the pores are actually clear. Light passes over the skin evenly, no shadows pooling in clogged follicles, and the surface reads as smooth, as almost translucent. This is the beginning of glass skin. Step 8. Moisturizer, sealing the work, seal everything in now. A lightweight moisturizer, one containing ceramides or Centella asiatica, applied in slow upward strokes. Not pressing too hard. Not pulling. Just encouraging the cream to settle into the skin's surface, reinforcing the barrier that was gently worked during cleansing. The barrier is the skin's armor, and after any deep cleansing routine, it needs to be consciously rebuilt. Ceramides are the mortar between your skin cells. They are what keeps hydration in and irritants out. Skipping this step, even after a perfect routine, leaves the skin vulnerable, reactive, prone to overproducing oil to compensate for the moisture it's losing. Moisturizer is not optional. It is the punctuation at the end of everything you've just done. Thank you for watching.